Last-minute troubleshooting efforts by the federal government to avert a two-day warning strike action by a national protest against economic hardship in the country failed on Monday night, following instances or insistence by the NLC to go ahead with its activities. Speaking after a closed-door meeting hosted by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, in his office, NLC President Joe Ajero said it is a duty of security agents to provide cover for peaceful protesters. Promising to ensure a peaceful protest, the Labour leader said the demands of organized labor will be presented to the National Assembly. He said the rally goes on, but it is part of their, I'm talking about the security agents, constitutional responsibility to make sure that the rally is peaceful, while we are going to try on our own side to make sure it is also peaceful. The meeting hosted by the Secretary of the Government of the Federation, George Akume, was not open to the media. Those in attendance at the meeting include the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, Budget and Planning, and that of the Head of Service of the Federation. The Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, who spoke after the FEC meeting yesterday, Monday, said all the demands put forward by Labour has been met. The NLC said that the federal government must put on its thinking cap and implement its agreement with the organized labor, as well as address the mounting economic crisis Nigerians are presently experiencing. Despite subtle pressure from the government for the group not to embark on the planned strike, the NLC said its members will not be cowed to shove the proposed nationwide protest. But the big question on the big story for today: will the federal government subpedal on its economic policy that many blame for the present hardship, and even after the strike, what next? Well, these and more, as it concerns that strike and others, will form the base of our discussion on the show today. Now, we're talking about the NLC strike and protest confronting federal government's harsh economic policies. And that's what we're having as a major discourse today on the big story. We're talking about the NLC strike and protest confronting federal government's economic policy. And who better to help us talk about these issues other than activist Kevin Ojomodo? In case you don't know, he's the National Secretary, Human Rights Protection Congress, and also the State PRO Committee for the Defense of Human Rights. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Michael Gubanda. Good morning, our distinguished viewers and listeners.
Well, anyway, I would have loved us to really start with the NLC strike because, as we do know, they already started the strike in some basic states, and we heard in the FCT they're already mobilizing to embark on that protest that they said they would definitely have, walking all the way to the National Assembly. But before we go into the issue of the strike and protest by the NLC, I want us to first look at another major thing that played out yesterday. And that is the federal government yesterday planned to reduce 263 ministry, department and agencies to about 161, if I'm precise. And this is after the FEC adopted the Orosai report. And I could still remember we've had this discussion sometime last year, talking about, you personally called for the implementation of that Orosai report to deal with the high cost of governance. But anyway, having that now done yesterday, I want your reaction to that very implementation of the Orosai report.
Yes, personally, I must commend the effort of Mr. President, President Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, GCFR, for reasoning with the masses, and a plea that I personally made on air on Quest TV station on the big story sometime last year.
Yeah.
It's a wake-up call. It shows it listens to the plight of Nigerians and is ready to walk the talk going forward. Because it's only a man with pride that doesn't want to learn. Learning is part of governance. You can see he has added the likes of Dangote, Elumelu to his economic team.
Yeah.
You know, it shows the man needs ideas because he cannot run the country alone. He needs everyone to come on deck and put in their ideas. And these all ideas will form a colossus for us going forward to enable us have a robust economy where we can be proud of saying, okay, I'm a Nigerian, and investors can come and invest in Nigerian soil, and our GDP and our Naira will be strengthened again as it used to be in the 80s. Having said that, I would say it's a wake-up call. You know, he shouldn't just say he has adopted the Rosario report, but want to see the work being done with full effort. And according to the ministries, I must compliment that effort.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of waste going for ways and means. We have duplication of offices. You see 3 ministries doing almost same job. You know, and those expenditures. So cutting. But my point is, when these costs are cut, we want to see where they are channeled.
Well, we'll come to that because it's going to be another major question. But I rather want to ask a different question. Okay. And the question many Nigerians are also asking, and they would love to know is, why after 12 years? And why now? Is he doing it to in any way pacify Nigerians? Because I'm surprised that very move by him is coming at the eve of a planned nationwide protest. So is he doing it to cool down the temper and say, okay, Nigerians, I hear you though. And why did it take 12 years in the making? Because I could still remember that report came in 2011. So why 12 years after we're now going to implement it?
Yes.
Why that long?
I must say it's bravery on his part to have adopted the report as a working document in the Nigerian polity. Now,
so are you saying the previous administration did not see a need to do this? Because it took 12 years.
They didn't see a need because
8 years of the previous government, 4 years of Jonathan's government, and now we're having it implemented.
Hence, I'm giving my kudos to Mr. President. Because this order past president, this report passed through their desk. They didn't see the need for it to be adopted. They didn't see the need for them to look inherent to the gray areas and how these gray areas can, you know, boost our economy and stabilize the polity for a lot of agitations from different quarters of the country. But thank God, Mr. President has seen the light in the report and he has adopted it. So let's give him an applause for that. Okay. Because others saw it, they adopted it. Like we were carrying for the confab, the confab to be adopted.
2014 confab.
2014 confab. There were a lot of issues, great issues that were raised on that confab. So we hope someday to, maybe perhaps Mr. President before leaving office, will also adopt the confab of President Goodluck Jonathan at that time and work out things with that. We must all look at sectionalism, nepotism, ethnicity of political affiliations. It's time we all come together as Nigerians to work this country. We don't have another country. If it goes down today, we all suffer for it. Look at Sudan, what's happening today? They don't have a country to write them about. So we don't want to get to that point because nobody will accommodate Nigerians as refugees. We are the largest in West Africa. Over 200 million persons who adopt us as refugees, nobody. So we must all think outside the box to annex this country, put our resources together, be you a member of APC, PDP, Labour Party, whatever. Let's come together and fix this country. It's for betterment.
Well, anyway, as better as you've said that, I will really take you back to my question. Why the eve of a planned nationwide protest? Why did he do it 1 month ago? Why did he do it just last week, Wednesday, when he came back from France? So why today? Or why yesterday, the eve to a planned nationwide protest? Is he trying to give us or send a strong statement and see how he can really ease the nerves of Nigerians that are a bit agitated at the moment?
I think it's better late than never. If he did it at the eve, if he had done it a month ago, all the same, he has adopted it, which is an applaud for him.
Okay.
Now, I don't see it as trying to ease temperament. I see it like perhaps he must have gone through it maybe the first time. His advisors, they all came together and see him and say, okay, what are the great areas in this report? Okay, let's go. Let's sit at the team. Okay, what do we do? So, okay, Mr. President, I think we'll do this, X, Y, Z. It scales through, okay. That's what we think, okay, then let's go. And it has shown that Mr. President listens to his advisors. Because if you don't listen to your advisors and you take the decisions on your own, when it backfires, they'll tell you, sir, we told you quite before now that this thing, we told the country in chaos. It came at the eve of the planned protest. It doesn't matter. What matters is that the report, Orosai's report, have been adopted and it's going to be used as a working document. That's the most important thing for me. I think it's a win for humanity as it's a win for our country.
Okay, now talking about its implementation, we do know President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has ordered the Secretary of the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, and his panel to implement the merger in just 12 weeks. 3 months is what he gave them. I want this all to be done. Zipped in 3 months. And undermining the Minister of Labour has come out to say there will be no job loss. But we do know when there are mergers, most certainly there will be job loss. Now this brings me back to what you initially said. And we're talking about the revenue that will be gotten on account of merger. Now, many are not even comfortable with that. Because the question they are asking now is, yeah, we had the issue of fuel subsidy that many applauded. But up to now, we don't know what the money has been used for. Now we are giving him second applaud, and yet monies will be saved. Will these monies not also be reluted, just like that of the subsidy? So is it hooray or hallelujah at the end of it?
Perhaps let's take it stroke by stroke.
Okay.
First, yes, the issue of subsidy, we applauded, but we didn't see the money, because they said the money will be used to revamp our refineries, to revamp the federal roads, and all of that will be done. But we've not seen the evidence of that. He also called out the cost of governance by slashing the escort and mobility that follows the president and all of that.
But his cabinet is still having a very large number.
Large numbers. You know, overseas trip and all of that was slashed. We see them going in all that different ways and means to ensure that they still pick that they are penny from
normal convoy and also those that will be accompanying in the foreign trips and all that be reduced.
So in all of that, in this also, we're looking at, okay, perhaps 3 months is a good time for us to follow suit of the report and what will come out of it. Now, Nigerians most times we like this fire brigade approach.
Okay.
We want it now. You know, we have short-term plan, we have long-term plans in government, we have objectives, we have targets. The target that once you can see will be a very short cycle. The long ones are objectives that you take, perhaps some take 10 years, some take 5 years for you to achieve them. Having said that, Nigerians are inquisitive at the moment. We want a quick fix to our economy, we want a quick fix to hunger, we want a quick fix to insecurity. And in all of this, let's watch out and see if the money that will be saved will be judiciously used. If it's not, we can drag them to court. One thing I keep telling Nigerians is a lot of us we complain and we don't provide solution. When it's our right to sue the federal government to court. You see what Serap and other agencies are doing. They sue the federal government to court. My committee, my president of Congress, will also sue the federal government to court of the abandonment of the East-West Road, the Benin Road, and thank God they've started working in the Benin Road as we speak. So these are what is, as citizens, we must know our right, where and where to agitate. So going forward, I think it's a good one. Let's just keep our fingers crossed and see if the monies gotten from these ministries that have been downplayed will be used judiciously well to run the government of the day. My submission, please.
Well, anyway, as much as that's your submission, I will plead with you that, well, we're not going away anytime soon. We'll still come back and have more discussions centered on the Orosai report. And after almost 12 years in the making, it has now finally been implemented. And the federal government has given no order, but the Secretary of the Government of the Federation and his panel just 12 weeks to implement it. But as much as he's implementing it, we'll still be taking a critical look at the reason and the center of our discussion today. And we're talking about the planned protest and strike by organized labor, but to be precise, Nigeria Labour Congress, knowing that the Trade Union Congress and almost 63 CSOs has pulled out of the proposed strike and protest that will be embarked by the Nigeria Labour Congress today. But anyway, all of that will be what we'll be looking at on the second half of the big story. Let's go on a break.